Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up?
Today on Movie Social, we're going to be doing a spoiler review for episode 3 of Snowpiecer. And wow, Snowpiercer episode 3. A lot happens. A lot doesn't happen yet, but a lot of foreshadowing. All right, but before we get into that review, if you like what we're doing on the channel with these reviews for movies, TV shows, video games, and anime, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video on the channel with your family and friends. All right, so Steph, what is your thoughts on Melanie for this episode? Her thought process and everything.
I mean, to me, her thought process is sound. I mean, because if you think about it, if they have opportunity, if the Earth is coming back, then they have to exhaust all their resources and opportunities to see. Because I mean, think about it. What Layton said was true about Mr. Wilson. If he can control, like his whole thing is control. And the moment that they actually have the information that the world is coming back around and stuff like that, he no longer has that control because people can go out, venture, do what they want to do, and try to get civilization back in order. So what I think she's doing is very sound, and it also is going to push a narrative to further down the line of the show.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course, but see, here's the thing: how does she personally felt about leaving her daughter? What did she really think she's going to make it there? Because there's some serious doubt, I think, in her voice about getting to the station. And I kind of think she also feels a little sad that leaving her daughter after finally getting her back after thinking she was dead and trying to overcome Mr. Wolford's hold on her daughter.
Oh, no, I wholeheartedly agree with you. She definitely doesn't want to leave her daughter as they are reconnecting after so many years, and finally, like, her daughter has let her guard down, her walls down a little bit. Yeah, she's definitely sad, but at the end of the day, as she stated, she's doing it for her.
Yeah. Now, question that leads me into this. The daughter, do you think she's being sincere and serious, or is she just playing along to lead a trap for her mother? Or is she doing this and then trying to put on another face for Mr. Wolford for her safety's sake as well? It's going to be interesting for that part.
So no, I honestly think that she's putting up a front for Mr. Wilford. Simply because some of the decisions that he's making he's tasking her with at such a young age is kind of insane. And it's basically like the devil and angel on your shoulder or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. She's basically protecting herself, and possibly her mother by putting on this front. Because I mean, if she didn't put on this front, who knows what could have happened? I mean, you seen he killed the dude. Or made the dude essentially kill himself. So I mean, who knows? I really think I really think that she's putting on the front.
Yeah, and I think the part that really made her turn a little bit more so away from Mr. Wolford was the fact when those two were eating that fresh food, and she mentioned about that everybody else on Big Alice is starting to smell the food and ask so much about it because they can smell it and they're hungry. But he just saying he wants them to really be hungry still. And I'm like, to me, that seems like a big ask for somebody of her age to try and just keep eating all this good, delicious food while everybody else is starving. And how he was almost reluctant when they were trying to bargain with him fresh food for supplies for the train. He kind of didn't want to say yes, and you can see the look on her face. Well, you could see the look on his face and everybody else at the same time was like,
Bro, Did you see the lady that was in there, like right there, that Layton, like
Oh,
when he threw the orange at her? And when
oh
she looked at
yeah.
the food, I was like, yo, she's about to tear that food up right then and there.
She might have switched sides immediately. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stay on this train here. Y'all can go back to Big Alice. All right, a few more quick things to get through on this one. So, Mr. Orford himself, we can already see. Yes, Layton said it correctly. He likes to control everything. He's manipulative. He's also on the out for himself because you can see when he with the scientists, the guy that he allowed his own body to be the experiment. Now, Mr. Wilford's, oh, we got to push this even harder. They give him a time frame. Nope, cut that in half. Like, you're talking about possibly killing somebody just to use him anyway as a weapon down the line to try and overtake the train. It's going to be interesting for that. Did you have any recourse on that at all? Like, how did you feel about it?
So I feel like he has a master plan behind that all. I feel like he's going to try to freeze him out. I really do, and he's going to use him to try to basically, kill Layton when he's trying to freeze him out. Because think about it. The guy can already go through severe cold. He wants him to be even able to withstand colder weather. So I mean, I really feel like he has a master plan. Um, now that which comes off the train, I really feel like he got a master plan that's probably going to play within the next few episodes.
See, I think he's going to try and have him go from outside the train without a suit on to get over to the other train, to the other end of the train without being suspected at all. Because that's
Wow.
honestly the only way to get around without anyone noticing anything the outside. But it's going to be interesting on that part. But that leaves us with just Layton's situations now and everything else for our lovely crew there with Brinkman and also Wolford's loyalists who don't try to act like they're loyalists at the same time, but it's going to come to a head, I think, for them as well. So we now got to figure out who really cut the finger off. Did they really do it to someone else? Layton's still stuck figuring out about his future, his previous lover, and also his child's mother. Now we can art. I don't know if you've seen the previews for what's to come for the next episode. Looks like they're going to use the scientists to try and help get the skin back from those burns. Hopefully, we don't know. Wolford might try to do something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold her hostage to get Layton out of control. It's going to be interesting because even hospitality is turning a different cheek towards Wilford.
Yeah.
To some degree. All I can say is this season is looking promising. Only episode 3, and a lot has been unfolded, and a lot has still left to be answered. All I know is though, Big Alice got all those supplies, whole bunch of cars just full of supplies, and he's hoarding it all. Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, what they only have like 100 people, or if that much.
I think so. What, 200 or so?
Yeah. Oh, and I think we finally have a number. What, 1,034?
Yeah.
1,034 cars.
Mm-hmm. Now, will all those cars last? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, who knows?
But man, they almost derailed twice. I was nervous there for a second. But there's your train trip is going to be the interesting part.
For sure.
I just got a serious quick question for you. Would you rather be stuck on that train or dealing with this pandemic?
Dealing with the pandemic.
So a lot of people don't realize, being on lockdown, that's temporary, but being on this train, as of right now, that's the rest of your life stuck on this train.
I definitely would rather be dealing with this pandemic because, again, granted, your life has changed or our lives have changed, but if you look at it, right, other than going out to clubs and bars and movies and stuff like that, what has really changed? We still go to the store. We still go grocery shopping. Me and you still link up. I mean, obviously, we don't link up recklessly like we used to, but we still see each other, whatever. We just precautious. So it's like I'd rather be putting my mask on,
Oh
going
no,
to a
no.
supermarket.
Well, what I'm saying is like how we've had in the beginning of the beginning of 2020, where it was.
So you basically saying you talking about
completely
then
locked down
versus
during the
talking about then
quarantine.
versus now.
I mean, some places are still locked down like that right now.
I still rather being locked down in the pandemic.
I mean, me personally, I'll take that because at some point we got some light at the end of that tunnel. That train, you might have a few decades stuck on that train.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no telling when that train might flip over, get derailed, and then y'all just stuck dying, freezing to death. But all in all, great series, great episode. I almost wish we had multiple episodes in 1 week because this is like I really want to know what's going on, and seeing the fact that we're going to now probably start having to split the time between them being on the train and the station there, trying to get everything situated. So it's going to be back and forth splitting. Like we already got it divided amongst Big Allison and the rest. So it's going to be a tough task for them filming. But what did you guys think about these last few moments on that episode when everybody said their goodbyes? Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And until next time.